Robert F. Kennedy announcing a Bitcoin-backed U.S. dollar and removal of capital gains taxes from Bitcoin purchases and sales, generally sales, I guess, right? This is massive because, as Nolan Bowerley predicted about 9 months ago, that Bitcoin would be the number one political topic in the presidential election in 2024. And we are still a year and a half away from the actual election. And that prediction is coming truer and truer by the day. So we have a long way to go. And Bitcoin keeps forcing its hand into this world because when you have a world of corrupted money, of soft money, and you have the hardest money ever to exist in human nature, and that vacuum, nature abhors a vacuum. When you're missing the hardest money or hard money, nature is going to find it. And Bitcoin is quickly coming into form, coming into shape. And the world is moving and shaping itself around Bitcoin. You don't change Bitcoin. Bitcoin changes you. And that's where this world we're entering. People think that Bitcoin is this thing they're going to like do this with it and do that with it. Even the Bitcoin backed dollar. It really, at the end of the day, we don't need to do that. And it's not going to work because we'll run into the same problems that the gold-backed dollar did. There's the problems of auditing and redemption and things like that, right? You still have this problem, this gap you have to cross somehow of what's happening in the gold world or Bitcoin world versus what's happening in this fiat world where government can just print and do whatever they want. It might last for a while, but eventually things run away, and that's the simplistic form. Like, people can get into the expert analysis of that. That's not my place to do that. And my place is to just sit here and question everything and say, why don't we just go to Bitcoin, right? Why wouldn't you just go to the hardest money ever to exist and everyone's in the same system? You know, the one world government wants one world currency. How come they don't want this? Interesting, right? Interesting. That should tell you, the people, the 99%, exactly what they should want, which is the hardest money to ever exist. Something that's incorruptible and can't be changed, can't be censored, can't be taken from them, can't be changed in the least bit. And that's where we want to be as human beings, a world where we issue the money, the people are the ones issuing money, the plebs, the 99%, not the people at the top, not the people that have the ability to counterfeit currency into existence that we have to pay taxes on, that enslaves us. It's either Bitcoin or slavery. That's it. So people, again, this is why the crypto crowd, the altcoins, they don't even say cryptocurrency anymore. They say crypto because their coins are just venture-backed tech companies. That's all they are. They're not currencies. They're nothing. And a lot of them aren't even cryptographic. They're just these garbage tech companies that are trying to do something, play off Bitcoin, or say they're the anti-Bitcoin, or whatever they are, and gain from that world. Bitcoin is the end. It wasn't the beginning. Bitcoin is the end. The decades of research and decades of invention all put together properly in the right form that gave us digital finite scarcity. You don't find fire twice. You can't find like a new you don't have new fire. You have fire, and then that's it. That's what Bitcoin is. And I think that's something that we told someone yesterday on our political Bitcoin Hour spaces, BJ Dichter and I, from the Canadian Trucker Convoy, the head of that, and the guy that's on, Tucker Carlson and everything. We have our political Bitcoin Hour spaces every Wednesday. We went from 1 to 4 yesterday, or 1 to 5, but we usually go for an hour or two every Wednesday. You can join there, and we're bridging the gap between politics and Bitcoin in this world where politics is everything in life. Life is politics, and politics is life, because it's all psychology. It's all it is. Money is psychological. The world is psychological. Humans are psychological. Relationships are psychological. And we need to bridge this gap somehow between politics and Bitcoin, and understand that Bitcoin is going to take over all this. Bitcoin is going to completely change politics. Bitcoin is going to completely change life. Again, some of my predictions, you guys have been here for a while, have seen, my predictions are Bitcoin will eventually probably take over the bond market. It will probably take over corporations, potentially, and cease them to exist and render them moot. Wills and trusts. Why would I, if my Bitcoin is worth more and more every day, and it's worth $1 million this year, and then it's worth 10 million 10 years from now, and it's worth 100 million 20 or 30 years from now, why would I care about that little car over there? I'm not going to even care about that what's in that will and trust other than my Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin doesn't even need to be in the will and trust, right? You need the 12 or 24 word seed phrase, and that's all you need to pass down to your children, your heirs, and that's it. So we're entering a brand new paradigm, and change happens quickly, but it doesn't at the same time. Right? It's been 14 years. but it still is going to take another 10, 20 years to really fully kind of come through the system and for people to realize what's going on. Just like it did with the phone, just like it did with the internet, it takes 10, 20 years minimum for people to understand the network effects and people to start gaining, because when you have one phone or 10 phones or 100 phones, it still doesn't make sense. Like, not everyone has it in the world. Most people don't. So people say, well, why should I need it? Most people don't even have it. Well, now everyone has phones, right? So people that said that then look, kind of ignorant. And that's what's happening in Bitcoin as well. So I hope you are enjoying your summer, spending time at the cabin up North Michigan with me and with my family. And I wanted to drop you this video, some of the things that are going on right now, some of the crazy things going on in the world. There's many crazy things going on in the world. Please put in the comments what you would like to see below us talk about some of the crazy stuff going on. Some of the things I have working on as well, though, are our children's book that we're working on. It will come out in the next few months. The Bitcoin trading cards, which is unbelievable stuff going on with that, and just educating the public and red pilling the public and orange pilling the public. I'm so beyond excited about what's ahead of us and the work we're going to do to help change the world, literally change the world, to create a better place. As my children always say, Daddy's going to work and he's changing the world, make it a better place, and a world where you are allowed to make your own decisions. And I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, who you are, no matter what, but as long as you are able to make decisions for you and your life and your family, that's all I'm fighting for, and that's what we are here fighting for. That's what this community is fighting for. Question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself. For if there is a God, surely he'd appreciate that over blind to his folded fear. Trust but verify, and be the person that you want to be, and be the change that you want to be. One person does make a difference. It's the ripple effect. It's the compound effect. One drop in a pond and the ripples go out. We don't think we can, but that's why things don't happen, because people don't think they can make a difference, so they don't do anything, and then that compounding is not done. But one person thinks they can, the next person, and that multiplies on out and compounds, the world changes. And that's exactly what's going on. When you look around the world, people using Bitcoin, what's going on within that world, it's a brand new paradigm, completely new paradigm, and we're entering a new type of species. This is how big this is, guys. I told someone yesterday, don't look at this as something like this old system. They're trying to compare it to stocks and altcoins and real estate. Completely different. It's a brand new, a whole different plane. It's thinking fourth dimensionally. This is completely different, a whole new realm. That's how we have to think of Bitcoin. That's the world we are entering right now, and the technological change that's coming. I appreciate you more than you know. I appreciate you coming to my TED Talk. Please share us out, because the algorithm hates truth. Kennedy's plan, at the end of the day, just go right to the chase. I think he's smart in trying to rock the boat and gain and kind of throw Hail Marys, because I think that's smart, and you have to when you're in his position. And this is going to become a bigger and bigger topic. And the unproductive class, the people at the top, cannot stamp out Bitcoin, and they cannot stop it. And they can't stop the conversation anymore. Decentralized media, decentralized money, separation of money and state's coming. Separation of media and state is here. We are here, guys. We are here. The toothpaste is out of the tube. They can do everything they can to stop this, but they can't. They're going to do everything they can. All the polarization, division, and hate comes from the media, comes from the elites, comes from academia, comes from, well, not the elite, the unproductive class. It comes from the grifters and the rent seekers, people that are trying to make money and profit off of hate and division, polarization, and politics. That's it. The 99% want unity. The 99% want to just be left alone and to be making their own choices for their life. We need to break that paradigm, this old paradigm that we're stuck in, the totalitarianism, the mass formation psychosis. We need to break free from that, rise above, and realize that there's 1%, less than 1% of people that are forming what people think in society, this mass formation psychosis. And once we understand that, things change rapidly. So I appreciate you. Please share us out. Again, the algorithm hates truth. This is not financial advice. It's freedom advice. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one.